Hey y'all, welcome back. MCOC, AlBundyRules. Welcome back to another what's turning out to be a not perfect, in fact heavily flawed, run through variant 5, but with no items used. So few mistakes don't hurt as long as it doesn't cost me any resources. Jumping right into this path. This is gonna be a quick one. I blast my way through this path. I did take a short path, and they have some very short paths on this variant, which is nice. And this is a mystic heavy path. So if you watched my variant 1.1 and variant 1.2 flawed but item free runs through, you would see I relied heavily on especially BTD, Venom the Duck, a lot. On this one, I saw that the Mystics get a nice little buff on stuff, so I decided to run more Mystic heavy. And as you may have seen, Venom the Duck, I still got Suicide Masters on, and Venom the Duck's pretty difficult to get a good build up with that, with Suicides going on. So I figured that Mystics might be a good overall path right here. And as we see myself making short work of this Siminoid going on. In addition to 4 Mystics I also brought me a Starkey. Because, well, Starkey, he doesn't get as much love these days because some of the newer champs, kind of like a Voodoo, you might see in my roster, gets overlooked these days, but still absolutely amazing. And we're actually going to see Voodoo shine a bit in this. You might have seen him shine in one of my other Variant 5 videos recently. Going to see him definitely shine in this one. Again, I'm running Suicides, which Voodoo is not exactly a suicide-friendly champ. However, at least for the beginning of the fight, he negates the blood and poison damage for the most part because of his reg. And after my regeneration ends, then that's a different story. And you see, it lasted a long time because I got a 200 sig Voodoo. So, right over there, I'm just trying to get to my S2, and I got to my S2 nice and smooth with Dr. Voodoo. That's going to make this a lot easier. I'm not too worried about Domino Specials, other than on her S1, if the Unlucky's up, you can't dodge it, so I'm going to take a lot of block damage. And with high attack, I don't want to take block because you can't evade it. If Unlucky's up, I don't want to take that risk. So, and then you see the poison, and once again, Voodoo, I don't know why he doesn't get any love these days. Look at him just destroyed this domino rather effortlessly. He's become what I would have to consider somewhat underrated. Never hear him spoken about. Never rarely see any gameplay of him these days either. But you see, he's still amazing. And in this variant, oh, he's shining in this variant 5. So we got another one of these guys. Let's go back to Voodoo. Again, I did take some pretty decent damage, health loss in the past one. Again, not being a suicide-friendly champ, I'm going to take all that damage from the bleed and poison, not to mention the recoil from the specials. And Voodoo does rely on his specials, so I'm willing to... I just need him to get me through at least a few fights, and I'm happy. Because if I save at least a few champs for the last part, I'm good to go. Can say item free. I'll ration it. One champ get me through the first 3/4 of the path. From there, I can almost pretty much guarantee every time I'm going to have no item use. So that's pretty much, don't need a one-shot every fight. Just need to go item free. Because why waste resources when you don't have to? So moving on again. Voodoo's low, but if I lose Voodoo, it's not going to be a big deal at this point. I'm towards the end of the path, but do as much damage, if not take down Corvus if I can. Big thing is that only 16%. That's 3 specials I got before I am done based on recoil alone. So that is a big consideration there, and I'm boom down to 8%. So not a, oh, at least regeneration got me a little bit back up. Enough to do a little bit of poison. If I had been thinking there, I would have held off on the poison. I didn't have enough LOA to make that worthwhile on the 5% recoil, but little mistake. Might hurt me a little tiny bit on this fight, once again, only because I'm running the Suicide Masters, because I am too unit cheap to take him off, and that was just a poor dex attempt on my part. 98% of the time, I'll effortlessly evade that special one. That just happened to fall into that 2%, which happens at times. Which Voodoo got the job done I needed him to get done. Got me this far with no casualties, so I'm good to go. Claire is going to make easy, quick work of Corvus at this point. And boom, down goes the Corvus. So say making easy work of variant so far. I'm almost, keyword almost, feeling guilty taking rewards from this variant. It's just, maybe I just got the exact roster for this variant, but so far it has been super easy. I did completion effortlessly and going back through, making a few little walkthrough videos for y'all, and pretty easy. And when I consider easy, a few KOs is okay, as long as I don't use resources. So my goal here now on Starkey, and if you watch my other variant 5 videos on chapter 1, 1, and 1, 2, you would see I've tried a few attempts on Starkey, and I just have not let Starkey get going. I've just been jinxing him, so I'm hoping to do him a little bit justice in this video, as opposed to I've been making him look pretty horrible on the previous 2 videos, especially me charging into a medium unstoppable attack, which was bad in my 1.1 video especially. So get my charges up, do a little bit, try to heavy there. Forgot to note that I can't take away her power on that, but another mistake. Was hoping to do Stark a little more justice. It's just, he is not doing right by me, and I apologize to Starkey for that, because he's a great champ. But let's bring on Claire now. So again, really, out of all the champs I brought on, really my most only suicide-friendly champ. So I will rely on her to do the most for me on this, because my other ones, I have to be cautious on how long the fight is based on the damage they're going to take from the Suicide Mastery, and especially that recoil minimizes how much specials I can use on the other champs. So I'm going to try to get some good damage done. Her specials are unblockable, so her Scarlet Witch specials are pretty easy to evade most of the time, especially the S2. Occasionally, that kind of slow time in S1 might throw me off on occasion. And there, I just died. I don't even honestly know what killed me there. Probably some note thing I overlooked. All I know is my Claire just kind of flopped. I'm sure I overlooked something silly there. But once again, as long as I get it done. So Mojo here. Mojo is fun. Normally I would have liked to have got him ramped up by now before a boss fight, but you know what? It's all good. I got Scarlet Witch pretty dang low with still a Doom left, so I'm not worried at all. Really only bringing Mojo in to have some fun. Show you all a little Mojo action. I'm already up to 4 thumbs up at this point, which is nice. And I was getting ready to launch an S2, and then again, I probably need to start reading these notes before dashing on, and I get a little overly confident sometimes, as we probably see from some of my mistakes. And we've got a hater gained with those 5 thumbs ups, and then I'm ticking on away damage right now, and that one was just sloppy on my part, and we see Mojo go down. But Scarlet Witch is as good as down with my Doom coming up, and although hopefully you block out my issues with Doom against Iron Man Infinity War on 1.1, I'm going to do him a little better justice this time as he makes short, easy work. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you watch more.